Good morning, dear students. In the previous class, we have discussed about some of the basic aspects of apiculture, like we have discussed about the morphology of honeybee, the structural adaptations of honeybee, and as well we have discussed about some important species of honeybee. So today in this class, we'll discuss about the other aspects like the beekeeping, which is also called apiculture. So, beekeeping, which is also called apiculture, which is a derivative of a Latin terminology wherein apis refers to bee. So, it is a maintenance of honeybee colonies, commonly in hives, by humans. In India, beekeeping has been mainly forest based. Several natural plant species provide nectar and pollen to honeybees. Depictions of humans collecting honey from wild bees date to 15,000 years ago, and efforts to domesticate them are shown in Egyptian art around 4,500 years ago. It wasn't until the 18th century that European understanding of the colonies and biology of bees allowed the construction of the movable comb hive so that honey could be harvested without destroying the entire colony. So, the other historical aspects of beekeeping. The earliest methods of beekeeping are recorded on the walls of the ancient Egyptian tombs. Sugar was unknown in the region, and Egyptians had to rely on honey to sweeten their breads, cakes, beer, and wine. So, one thing to be noted here that there was no sugar at all at that time. Archaeological findings relating to beekeeping have been discovered at Rehoboth, a Bronze and Iron Age archaeological site in the Jordan Valley, Israel. So, on the right hand side of this slide, you see how that apiculture was being maintained at that time. At some point, humans began to attempt to domesticate wild bees in artificial hives made from hollow logs, wooden boxes, pottery vessels, and woven straw baskets, or what is otherwise known as skeps. Workers are depicted blowing smoke into hives as they are removing honeycombs. Inscriptions detailing the production of honey are found on the tomb of Pabasa from the 26th dynasty, that was 650 BC ago, depicting pouring honey in jars and cylindrical hives. Beekeeping was considered a highly valued industry controlled by beekeeping overseas. Owners of gold rings depicting apiculture scenes rather than religious ones, as they have been reinterpreted recently, contra Sir Arthur Evan. The hives were found in orderly rows, three high, in a manner that could have accommodated around 100 hives, held more than 1 million bees, and had a potential annual yield of 500 kilograms of honey and 70 kilograms of bee wax, according to Mazar, and are evidence that an advanced honey industry existed in ancient years in Israel 3000 years ago. The art of beekeeping appeared in ancient China for a long time and hardly traceable to its origin. There are some parts mentioning the art of beekeeping and the importance of the quality of the wooden box for beekeeping that can affect the quality of its honey. Collecting honey from wild bee colonies is one of the most ancient human activities and is still practiced by Aboriginal societies in parts of Africa, Asia, Australia, and South America. Now, coming to methods of beekeeping, the ultimate aim of beekeeping is to get more and more honey in pure form. The old method commonly used by old apiculture is very crude, cruel, and of unplanned type, and this old method is called as indigenous method. So on the right hand side of this slide, you can see a person who is holding the hive of the colony or this honeybee colony, especially he is watching the activities of these worker bees or the other types of castes of honeybees in this photograph. Indigenous method of beekeeping. It consists of several things, several important aspects. The first one being hive. There are two types of hives are used in indigenous method of beekeeping. Example, wall or fixed and movable hive. Coming to the first type, wall or fixed hive, it is purely natural type of comb because the bees themselves prepare the hive at any space on the wall or trees. There is an opening on one side through which bees come out of the hive. So in this slide, you can see the a naturally constructed hive on a tree where there are two entrances are there. One is for the entry and the other one is for the exit. Coming to movable hive, it comprises of hollow wood logs, empty boxes and earthen pots, etc. placed in verandas of houses. There exist two holes, one is for the entrance and the other is for the exit of the bees. The swarmed bees usually come to the box on their own accord, and some beekeepers used to take the clusters of the swarms from a tree and keep them in the hive. So on the right hand side of this slide, you can see the movable boxes, hive boxes, which can be shifted from one place to another place according to the source of the nectar and pollen, where the bees can collect them very easily. Now, extraction of honey. For honey extraction, burning fire is brought near the beehive at the night, as a result of which bees are either killed or they escape off. Further, the hive full of honey is being removed, cut into pieces and squeezed to get honey. Sometimes smoking is also done so that the bees may escape from their hives. So on the right hand side of this slide, you can see a person is removing that honey by using uncapping knife, and he is breaking them into small pieces for the extraction of the honey. Some drawbacks of indigenous method. As it is a crude method, which I already told you, the indigenous method of beekeeping suffers from a number of drawbacks, due to which it is not recommended by present day panel of experts. Some of the drawbacks are as follows. First one, honey becomes impure because at the time of squeezing, the brood cells, pollen cells, honey cells and larvae are also extracted. Second one, the colony becomes weak due to killing of the eggs and the larvae at the time of squeezing. So you can see a crude method of removing of honey and the cells of the honey, even the brood cells and the larvae, that is being done by a worker there. Now, the third drawback is formation of new hive by the escaped bees requires extra energy, which affect the yield. The fourth one, the activities of the bees can be controlled. Fifth one, the hivation of bees on the same place is only a matter of chance, because once they left the colony while removing this honey from the hive, they will escape and they will not come back to the same place for the hivation. The honey robbers like rat, ant, wasp and monkeys may affect the hive easily. Next one, the race improvement program may not be applied here, so no possibility for the selection of the best bee is there. The hazards created by climatic factor cannot be controlled here in this indigenous method. So apart from this, there are many other drawbacks are also there. Now let us pass on to the some important appliances that are used in modern method of apiculture. So they are of the following types. First one, typical movable hive. Second one, queen excluder. Third one, honey extractor. Fourth one, uncapping knife. And fifth one, other equipments. Coming to the first one, the movable hive. As you see in this slide, this hive has several compartments in it. So on the top of this, there is a box or a container, what is known as the super, and it is being covered out by a roof which is usually made up of a zinc sheet. And you can also make out one thing there, the zinc sheet of this roof is being placed in a slopy manner, that is to remove the water that falls on the beehive. And just below that there will be a chamber called super, and between which there will be an alveolate frame where the honeycombed frames are being kept in a vertical position there. That's what you can make out there. And below which there will be a matting which consists of small sized pores in it, and that is the one which is being used to cover the next box or the container, what is known as the hive body or the main brood chamber. And in this main brood chamber or the hive body, the comb plates are being placed vertically, and below that there will be an entrance, that is for the entrance of the bees, and on the base of which there will be a supporting platform. So this is the another fine view of a hive box, which is said to be a movable hive box. So as you see in the slide, there will be an outer cover, below which there will be an inner cover, and below which there will be a honey supers. So the number of these honey supers may vary depending upon the requirement. And below which there will be a unit or the plate what is known as queen excluder. It is called queen excluder because it has a pore which allows only the movement of worker bees but not the queen. And on the bottom of which you can see that deep super, which is the main chamber, and below which there will be a bottom board, and below which there will be a stand. Coming to the typical movable hive features, the size and number of frames are variable according to the need, and the perforation size of the zinc sheet is only 0.375 centimeters, but the thorax of the queen is 0.43 to 0.45 centimeters, so queen cannot pass through the pore. Now coming to the parts of the typical movable hive one by one. The first one being stand. So it is the basalmost part of the hive. It is adjusted to make a slope so that rainwater, if at all falls on the hive, comes down quickly. Then the next important component, bottom board, situated above the stand and forms the proper base. It has two gates. One gate is for the entrance and the other is for the exit of the bees. Now coming to brood chamber, it is the most important part, provided with 5 to 10 frames, and even the number of frames can also be increased depending upon the requirement of the beekeeper. And in each frame a wax sheet is held at vertical position where bees start making walls and cells. So you can see very clearly that the comb plates are being held in a vertical manner. Now comes the next chamber, super. It is present above that brood chamber, and it is without any cover and the base, and it is provided in many frames containing comb foundation to provide additional space for expansion of the hive. On the top of which there will be an inner cover, which is made up of a wooden piece used for covering the super, and it has many holes for proper ventilation. And on the top of all these things there will be a cover called top cover. It is plain and sloping zinc sheet is fitted onto it to protect the colony from rain. Now the next important appliance, queen excluder. As I already mentioned you that it is called queen excluder because it will exclude the movement of queen, and it consists of a wire gauge, extant guards and drone traps. One thing also be noted here that even it restricts the movement of drones also, and the workers can pass through it but queen cannot, and even drones cannot pass through this. So basically it is referred to as queen excluder because it restricts the movement of queen bee. Now honey extractor, the next important appliance. It functions on the principle of centrifugal force, and by centrifugation pure honey is thrown out without any damage to the comb. You can make out very clearly in this diagram or the photograph that the comb plates are being placed vertically in a drum, and the drum, when it turns on, the honey which is being collected in those frames will be collected at the bottom because of centrifugal force. Now comes the next important appliance, uncapping knife. So honey filled combs are sealed by wax which is being removed by heating. So here you can see again a person is removing that honey which is there in that frames. It is referred to as uncapping knife, and nowadays these manual uncapping knives are being replaced by electrical ones, where the electric uncapping knife, it is being used, and when it is being used, it will be once it is set to be in turn on condition, it gets heated and they can easily remove the honey as well as wax that is adhering to the frames. Now the last part, other equipments. So apart from the above mentioned appliances, while beekeeping, and a person who is actively involved in apiculture industry may also use some other appliances. As you can see there is a brush to clean the hive, and there is a appliance with the help of which we can handle the honeybees, and we can remove the wax that is being adhered to the frames. And on the left hand side you can see there are other such appliances like gloves, protective garments just like PPE kit of nowadays, and there will be a net veil which is being used to protect the face just like a helmet, and there will be a bee net, there will be a brush, etc. So these are required for easy and well planned handling of honeybees. So this is all about the different appliances that are being used in modern method of honeybee keeping or modern apiculture method. So this is all for today's class, students. In the next class we will discuss about the other aspects of this apiculture, like economical aspects of honey and its uses, and wax and other details of this apiculture industry. Thank you, students.